well. Stella Ayabi, welcome to Talk to Me Africa.
Thank you very much, Mother Chocolate. It's a pleasure to be on your show and be, you are really the chocolate
Oh,
because
no
you were
way.
sweet as you.
Okay, I didn't hear what you said because you got frozen a little bit. You said you're really something. I didn't hear it.
I said you're really chocolate because you were sweet as you were beautiful.
Did you hear that? I love that. That's one thing that,
I love
I
that.
love when you say that because that's something that Mercy and I talk about a lot. Talk about
I
appreciating
love
each
that.
other physically, emotionally, and I can really see that you do that. I love it. It doesn't take anything from your beauty to tell your fellow sister that she's
Yeah,
beautiful. Thank you for
yeah,
saying that. That's something that we
that's
should do
true.
more as women. Thank you so much. And Dr.
Oh,
Mercy, aka my big friend, a mental health practitioner, welcome back to Talk to Me Africa.
Always a pleasure being here. Today, Stella, I'm just going to be listening to you and chip in. You are the show, Stella. I'm just going to be listening to you and throw light on what inspires me. So I
Yes.
cannot wait to hear all the beautiful, intelligent, brave things that you're doing. More grace
Hmm.
to your elbows.
Indeed.
Keep it up.
Yes. Yes. I love that. So before we
thank
kick off, I'm going to
you so much,
introduce
Dr.
my
Mercy.
guest, Stella Eyabi. Oh my goodness, where do I start from? You have a lot. So my guest today is a graduate from the journalism department at the University of Buea, where I also graduated from. So yeah, we call ourselves J Stars. So she's a J Star, and she is organizer of the mental and behavioral health training retreat, which will be taking place in Buea in Cameroon from July 5th to July 7th, 2024. And before I get into how this all started, let me read a quote from the post that you made, Stella. I love every single word that you wrote, but let me summarize this, okay? But it's your words. You said that words cannot truly capture the marvelousness of this unique journey. This journey will blow your mind and heart wide open, taking you to unimaginable levels. I will help you unlock realms within you that you never thought possible. Many retreats offer nice hikes, beach swims, and spa treatment, but mental health and behavioral health training retreat is the unexpected and more. It will inspire, shock, challenge, and love you into greater openness and self-expression. It will break you free from limitations. I love that. So that you can live the life your soul yearns for. This is not a retreat, it's a revolutionary adventure and the ultimate transformative journey. You will face your deepest fears and discover the real you, experiencing true freedom and bliss. Oh my, where did Stella go? Where did Stella?
Stella, I wish I am part of that retreat.
I tell you, every single word
If
seemed
I
to
was
have
in
been
Cameroon, I would be in
written.
that retreat for sure.
Every single word seemed to have been written with a lot of intentionality. Again,
Yeah.
welcome to Talk to Me, Africa, Stella Ayabi. So how
Thank
did
you very
this all start? How did you start this?
much. Okay. Well, I noticed like between 2019 to present day, or let's just say in the wake of 2019 to 2021 in the personal development landscape, it was all about conferences, all about seminar, all about just getting people say, oh, self-development, personal development. And I felt it was too formal to really touch the soul of people. It's just, you coming there well dressed, up in your element, shutting every vulnerability out, come to take the notes and networking. And then you go back home and you foster the network or just get some good pictures and say, oh, I met this celebrity. But I
Mhm.
felt people needed more because I know when you are home, when you are in your truest self, that is the you see. That is what the world doesn't see. So I was thinking, how can I help people to be who they truly have to be, outside and inside, no facade.
No facade.
So I felt like, okay, I don't want to have it in a conference form. I want it to be all natural. I want it to be organic. I want people to not be afraid of being vulnerable, not being afraid of being mindful, not being afraid of checking your thoughts and how they affect your feelings and your actions and behaviors, not being afraid of taking your responsibility of how your reaction to a particular situation escalated the whole thing. I wanted people to know the beauty of bathing in nature, of waking up and feeling grounded and just having the breeze fall on your skin and how refreshed you can be. How gratitude in its whole can give you renewed perspective about life, and how
100%.
journaling, which is gratitude journaling, which I practice mostly, can give you direction. We always tell people, oh, it's good to be contented. But what if people understand the basis of contentment by practicing gratitude in the little small daily? And I felt like, okay, I want people to be in this space where they don't just get knowledge on how to navigate through the challenges of life. They don't just get knowledge on how to recognize their own potentials and make better decisions. They don't just get knowledge on how to be productive and fruitful in all their endeavors, but they get a community and they learn how to give back to that community, because I think it is within you that bliss is found. That's like my mantra. It is within you that bliss is found. So I felt that I wanted people to find the bliss that is within them so that it can overflow from them onto others,
Oh,
because they have an overflow within them. And so I felt like, okay, let's have a retreat where it's informal. We're gonna sit on the grass. We
I
are
love
going
that.
to do mindfulness meditation. We are going to just step into the water, and then I'm going to guide them through guided imagery and some comforting mindfulness meditation techniques, through just helping them to just see the beauty of life through nature's eyes, just like the creator intended.
mm.
And so this is how it came about, just helping people feel refreshed. And I felt like this is what I had to do. So yes, that's how it came about.
I want to be there so
I love
bad.
that.
My big friend, please organize one for us.
I know, like,
You have to
Yeah.
organize one for us. You speak so
so
intentionally. Every word that she says
every
is directed
word.
towards impacting a particular thing.
I think your goal will be achieved, Stella. You touched my soul right there.
Ah,
And oh
Yeah.
my God, I'm getting goosebumps, Stella. Your
I
goal will be
am too, because it reminds me of my favorite, authors like Wayne Dyer, and
achieved.
it's like intentionality in everything that you do, which is it's not an easy thing to just embrace. You have to be
Yeah.
open-minded and you have to be intentional about what you want to do. Now,
I have to be
you
vulnerable.
have to be
Vulnerable.
willing to be vulnerable in order to
Because
do
for
that.
you to touch people's souls, your own soul have to be open for
Yeah.
it to be touched
Yeah.
as well.
Mhm.
Stella, I cannot wait to see the impact of what you're going to do.
This is not the first. We have testimonials
Thank
coming up
you.
from others that she has held as well. But Stella, you also mentioned about having to organize this due to some loss. You have your own share of fears you've experienced from losing pregnancies, losing a child, losing loved ones, feeling lost, and so much more. So how
Yeah.
vulnerable are the people who come to such retreats? Do they open up as you talk openly about your own fears and losses in life?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that particular question. Um, so the whole idea for Diva mental health counseling and consultation was better 2019. I think that was when I was in my recovery process from losing pregnancy. I lost twins. Um, so yeah. So at that point, I was blocked. We call it
Emotional.
dissociation. I was dissociated in my being.
Mm-hmm.
I was dissociated. I couldn't write. I write a lot, but when I held a pen after I lost that pregnancy, I couldn't write. I was dissociated in myself. I felt like I was frozen in that state of loss, of grief. And so I think it's because of the love my husband showed me. He was very intentional. He was very
Amen.
intentional with how he helped me. He would bathe me, he would clothe me, he would comfort me, he would pray over me. And
We're over
and
you.
I know I know the beauty of having love, how love can reignite the passion and your life. I felt through my husband's love, I was able to experience the love of God and how much he notices and embraces us. That was the Father's love right there. So, and I knew that I grew up seeing many people shutting down, feeling in having an unhealthy coping mechanism, saying, "Oh, in pidgin, all man don't love person, be the first person."
Yeah.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
those things are crazy. You don't say that to people because to you it happens doesn't mean we should receive it in the same way. And I knew that okay, not I'm not the only one who have lost people. At least we grew up having people see people losing people. And I feel like okay, what is the keyword healthy coping skills and strategies that have been put in place to help these people navigate these seasons of their life?
Yes.
And I felt like okay, I went for some inner healing sessions, some sozo sessions, some therapy sessions, and I felt like okay, I want to dedicate myself to help people in a healthy way, and that was how Dimba Mental Health Counseling and Consultations began, 2019, where it was helping people understand the essence of being present with themselves,
Mm.
understanding what self love is. Most times we grow up in a society where it's all about give back to people, even out of your emptiness. Why not reframe the status quo and say, feel yourself so that you can give out of the
Give
abundance of who
abundance.
you are. So that's basically how it was. So I have been working with people through this journey from 2019 in different communities. Um, and yeah, people get to share stories with you when they see that you have shared human experiences with them.
Mhm.
Yes.
No one wants to come to you closely when they feel like you're all in your little world of being an expert or having the title. They want to
Mhm.
talk to you because they know that you understand them.
Yes.
And I think that has been one of the most important lessons, guiding me throughout this year, letting people know that we all have shared human experiences because I could walk through this and still be here standing to talk to you. It means you have the power, you have the potential to go through this. And so, apart from the therapy sessions I have with clients, apart from the mental health first responder training, I needed something beyond that to get people receive support, to get people share, and then still give them therapy sessions and follow up after the retreat. And that was how that retreat came about. A retreat, which is a self-care based event to help people deal with the stresses of life through mindfulness techniques, cognitive behavioral therapy, um, therapy, etc. Just to get people know that it is important to feel of yourself so that you can be a better parent because you are filled. You can be a productive worker, a productive professional, So people don't expect a lot from you when you don't even expect anything from yourself because you are empty. So to me, it's just helping people refill themselves so that they can be rightly positioned and be intentional, like the words you've been using, you and your big friend.
Yes, we're
They can
very
be
intentional.
intentional.
Yeah.
Yes,
Very intentional. And let me add, when you say feel
everyone is
yourself
intentional.
so you can give on to other, we talk about this a lot, Mercy and I as well.
A
We talk about you
lot. A
cannot
lot.
give what you don't
What
have.
you don't
And
have.
I even share that with my
This
kids.
is
I say, if I
empty.
want
I
to
don't
give
have
you,
anything to give
you can't
anybody.
give me
It's
water.
empty.
There's that bottle is empty. If I
It's
have to give
empty.
you 5 oranges, I have to have oranges to give you. So if you don't have love, if you don't have that peace, you can't. But let me ask Dr. Mercy this question. So you say that, when people have shared experiences, you share that with your clients, then they listen to you more instead of having that title. How does that affect your mental health? If I come to you and I know that I'm talking about the loss of a child, loss of a spouse, and you just say, oh yeah, I'm sorry, like in the books, you should. But if you have shared a similar experience, how does that affect your clients' mental health? Does it heal them faster, make them, resonate with you better than just having that title and say, okay, I'm here to just, educate you on what to do in case of a loss?
Stella, first, let me applaud you. Let me forget about my big friend right
Stella
now. Let
is,
me applaud you. Let me applaud you. It's not very easy that other professionals give me chills. You're giving me chills right
yeah,
now.
she is. Yeah.
And you're taking me to that place where they say you put your foot in it, you put your soul in this, Stella, and I can seal this going for you. I can just feel it that it is done. This retreat will be wonderful. I wish I was in Cameroon to be part of it. My big friend, maybe that our retreat/conference next year. Maybe we'll do a little piece of it this year
I think we should. We should steal from Stella. And I mean, not to say steal Stella. She's planning something like that. We talked about it a long time ago. When I saw it, I'm like, let me send this to her. I'm like, think about
this year. We are
think
just
about
moving.
this when you're doing that. So you're impacting a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll tell you how it goes anyway. Back to the question I asked Dr.
To answer
Mercy.
your question, lived experiences. It goes back to that saying that experience is the best teacher.
Oh yeah.
Some clients come to you, some patients come to you, some family members even come to you without you even being a professional in this field. You can be a family of 10 and one is struggling with something. That one will look around the next 9 people and say, this is who I will go to because this person has been down this road before. Or this is who I'll go to because this person can open up to me, because this is who I'll go to, this person can listen better, or this person is vulnerable enough to share their own experiences with me, even if they have not been through the similar experience. We all know that at one point in life we have journeyed left, right, negative, positive. As a professional, we are not those perfect tools. We are not those perfect embodiment that some people claim to be or that some clients think we are. We are not. Sometimes we pick up our gut. Sometimes we may even be sharing our personal experiences with you, but we try not to mourn too deep with you because we are trying to lift you up. When we say we understand, it doesn't mean that we understand your shoe. It means that we have worn a similar shoe, or we have studied a similar shoe, or we have seen people wore a similar shoe. So yes, we do understand. And from all those experiences, we try to say these are the tools that may work for you. We are not perfect. We are not living in a suffering-free life. We are not living a life where we were born to just teach you how to manage your tools. And I am open sometimes to some clients to say that, this is heavy. Let's hold hands and cry. And together, let us think of how we want to navigate this. When you're open and vulnerable, that client can trust you with all. What is the goal here? Is to make them feel better, whether you've worn those shoes or not. A plus again, I always say thank God for my imperfections because I can perfect it through my clients. I can perfect somebody's imperfection as well. There is a beauty in not being perfect because it means that you're open to growth. There's a beauty with this being empty. It means that I still have a lot to fill it in. And when I fill it to I can overflow, I can start giving. And guess what? I can get a bigger bottle, which there'll still be an emptiness to fill more in, and we keep growing, we keep growing. Because if it is not imperfect, then we will not have anything to fix. If somewhere is not lacking, we will not have it to fill up. So please, when we teach, we really understand. This is the field that we chose. We have seen a lot. We hear a lot every day. If I have 10 clients in one day, if I have 15 clients in one day, it's 15 different stories. And when I have you, yes, it's different stories all the time. So when I have you and I hold your hand and say, look, be vulnerable, be mindful, be in the present, be brave. You can overcome this. I truly mean it because I've seen 300 of people with similar situations who have overcome that. And I may be just one among those 300.
I love that. And I know my people will not mind this. You know, you share with me quite a bit about your experiences, but you told me something that it made me cry, and I talk about it so much to you. Talking about shared lived experiences, right? So she runs a mental health clinic. And you told me about your patient who came to you, did not have insurance. And you said, I will talk to you, I will see you because
Is it one? Is it two?
Yeah, because you told them that because I did not have insurance some years back and I know the struggle. And that patient was like, what? You, Dr. Mercy, did not have insurance. So just sharing
Absolutely.
lived experiences is great for your mental stability, especially if you are facing a bad situation in life. Now, Stella, I have this question for you. You talked a lot about mindfulness. You say I began journeying with others and they were marveled at the power of rest and mindfulness. What exactly do you tell your clients that mindfulness is?
Oh, I love that question.
It's vague, but how do they get it? How do you get it to get through to them?
Yeah. Okay. Well, so I just want to begin with a very simple analogy. Um, a child goes to school and is bullied, and the child comes back home and tells the parents that I'm bullied. Most times, that is met with either an awful silence or a snub or some very encouraging words like in pidgin, why you no fight them back, and that's about it. There is no check on whether the child the child's emotions are bruised. There is no check on whether the child is being bullied intensively. Some also they could really be there to share this with you. So
Yes.
mindfulness to me is being that person or parent that is present in the life of your children,
Yes.
that is able to bring trust in them, not just empty trust, but trust someone so they can share every single detail with you without fear of judgment and knowing that they will be accepted and journeyed. So when I'm working with clients, I am making them understand just the same way the beautiful Dr. Mercy put it. Thousands of people have walked that road before. And so because we have seen them, get better, we know that eventually you will get better. So mindfulness to me is helping these people understand the beauty of being in the present, not just being in the present, but also understanding ways through which they can experience life beyond the challenges, the framework of the challenges, beyond the framework of all the stress and pressure that life has mounted on them. So through mindfulness, I'm able to help the people I journey with my clients, the retreat participants, to see life as it was meant to be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That life is meant to be enjoyed. That
Yes.
life is beautiful. It doesn't matter the experience you've had. Life is beautiful. Life will remain beautiful. Life will
Yes.
remain enjoyable. And your life is worthy to be celebrated. So that's what I help them see. I help them see your courage. I help them see your beauty. I help them see that this is something that can be worked on. And it needs you to first be intentional, be deliberate, and accept that can
Yes.
do this. And above all, give, help give yourself, themselves, permission to live, helping them to give themselves the permission to live. When you give yourself permission, you can be mindful. Without permission, nothing works.
Girl, I want to talk to you every day. I tell you, I want to talk to you every day because you are aligning so much with the beliefs that I can speak for my big friend and I that we both have. And me not being in the mental health practice at all, I have intentionally learned how to be intentional about everything I do. If you look at my WhatsApp, it says intentional, the word intention. Like, what is your everything? What's your intention? Even sitting here and talking with you today, what is the intention? And giving yourself permission is a big word because sometimes, like you say, the talk for Africa say, now you are not lost speaking, now you will never get die. No, let me express my
I
pain
know.
the way I want to. So let me decide to tell you what I want to tell you. Stella, again, back to what you posted. Are most people just strong or are they hiding their pain from others? Is there a shame in being vulnerable? Is there?
Ooh, I love Dr. Messi.
Woo!
She's laughing because
You- woo!
she knows. That question is so um it's rightly targeted.
Mhm.
I would say from my experience, even before I became, I ventured into the mental health field, most people are strong because they are afraid of being vulnerable. Either two
Yes.
ways. Either because their
Word.
trust have been broken, or because they sought help and they were met with disgust. So
Yes.
when I know that I'm going to ask for help and the words are going to be heartbroken, I prefer to put on the facade I'm strong, because I
Yeah.
do not want more words that are going to bruise my ego, bruise my emotions, and bruise my mind. So I'm going to deal within myself. But we know the popular adage, no man is an island. But
No
we are
man.
in a world where people constantly want to make people islands. Like, why? You should be grateful that someone is vulnerable to you, that someone even comes to share with
Absolutely.
you.
Woo.
You should be happy. It means they trust you so much that they know that your energy, your love is able to walk them through that situation and circumstance. But rather, we shut people down. And so we wonder why we have zombies walking around with taste emotions, because help wasn't given to them when necessary. And because we
Woo.
taught people that it's not okay for a man to cry. So it's not okay for a
Well,
man to cry. So
wow.
they go into unhealthy practices, addiction here and there, suicide here and there. And then we feel like, oh, when you show emotions, you are weak. The greatest of people are the people who are able to show emotions. Being weak, not being afraid to
Woo.
show an emotion, is actually the strongest you can be, because you
Thank
were
you.
telling me that you are
Thank
human.
you.
I'm feeling my humanity when I show emotions. I'm not supposed to be strong always. So people tend to claim, in quotes, to be strong because they are afraid of the witnessing of people. But should that be the case? No. We should not
No.
be afraid to say I need help. We should not be afraid to say, right now, my big friend, I'm low on finances and it's affecting my mental health and I'm feeling stressed. Did you love me some money, girl? I can't deal with this situation right now. That is just the beautiful conversation in the pre-record, in the pre-testing. When I heard you ladies speaking, I was moved, because I think this is the same thing my sister-in-law was telling me. My brother-in-law's wife, that's my husband's other brother's wife. I was having a challenge recently, and I was talking with her, and she shared with me some scriptures, and the key word she shared there was, as sisters, we are supposed to be loyal to each other, not just in the good, but in the
Oh,
bad,
yeah.
and helping each other to sail through life and journey
Stella, you didn't
with
come here to make me
encouragement
cry
from
today, did you?
Stella,
Jesus.
my big friend, each time you have Stella,
you.
just call me, please. My big friend, each time you have Stella, call me. Stella, let me cut you short a little bit. You have just touched something in me. My big friend, you know some of my friends, and you know
Hmm.
how close I am to some of them. If you read
All
anywhere in
right.
social media today, if you hear people talk today, everybody is like, be quiet, don't say what you're going through to somebody.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Even if it's your achievement, people are like, oh, go through it quietly, and they'll see the result.
Yeah.
It's like people know what you're doing, they will stop it. And my big friend, between you and I, if tomorrow you just text me like, oh, I'm going to the opera show tomorrow, I'll be like, seriously, you did not just get the news. Are you a sister? Are you a friend? Why am I just finding out? Because that is the world today. You nailed it, Stella. People are afraid to be vulnerable
Hmm.
because they'll get backlash from people's weaknesses. If you are my big friend and I cannot call you and cry, why are you my big friend? If you are my sister, people say don't trust nobody. It means that we are all just living fake lives. If I cannot call you and say, my big friend, I am going through this difficult moment, I just need you to listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I need more than your ears. Maybe I need you to chip in something. Maybe I need you to come give me a hug. Why can I not do that? Why can I not say that? Maybe you hear from someone else that, Mercy is going through this. Oh, and you speak with Mercy every day and you have no clue. How will you
Yeah.
feel? How will you feel? Maybe, just maybe, it is what Stella said. Maybe I did not open up to you because of that weakness of maybe being judged, or maybe I opened up to you before and what I got was repulsive.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I opened up to you before and your response was like, ah, it's not special. Everybody goes through that. But how do you yourself feel that Mercy is going through this, all this? I speak with Mercy every day, and tomorrow you hear that Mercy committed suicide. How do you feel that Mercy was not at that space that she could open up to you? Thank you so much, Stella. Good are those people who have their big friends, who have their small friends, who have their besties, who have, I have all. I have besties, I have sisters, I have big friends. I am blessed. And you all know me. I'll pick that phone. You get 1 minute, listen. I am not scared to share what I'm going through with my circle because I know they are there for me. Now, if I think you're not there for me 100%, if I think that I'll not get the response that, remember, I'm not getting the response that I want. I'm getting the response that I need.
Bingo. Recently, she shared something with me, my big friend shared something with me, and I gave you a response that you needed, but that's not what you wanted.
And I said,
and you were mad at me. You were like, my big friend, you know what? I like your answer, but I don't need that right now. Let me think. And she took 2 days and came and said, thank you so much. I followed your advice.
Right.
Because
I'm like,
about the
thank you.
sister
I've been
code.
a fool of myself. Yeah.
You know, Sarah, you're making me cry because I've been in a space where I've lost a loved one. And so I learned to be vulnerable. I learned to just cry. I always tell people like now I use eye drops often because I learned to just cry. It is. I wish I had your retreat then. You know, I think it would have helped me a lot. I have left my big friend messages where I cry. I leave a crying message. She'll get back to me. We'll talk about stuff. So that sister code where I am with Mercy is that when I tell her something, I don't have to say no tell no man. No. She just needs to know that it is for us. And I see your circle of that retreat being the same. When I come there and I break myself open and vulnerable, I don't have to say that this has to remain within this circle.
Absolutely.
Because it is what being vulnerable is. It is what, you know, being intentional is. That is what it should be. Let's talk about working with the universe, which you mentioned. You say, I invite you to take the first step on this blissful journey. Commit. The universe will move to support you. Please put this into perspective. Put this into perspective for us. I found out that Stella is a pastor, but she sent me some reviews.
Oh, she is.
But she does this putting aside pastor title, which I love. Because if I am a Muslim and I want to come to your retreat or your mindful training and I see pastor, I'm like, oh, that's for Christians. But I love, you're so intentional in everything you do, Stella. That's why we're going to keep aside the word pastor today, but just talk to us what you mean by commit. The universe will support you. Put that into perspective for us. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, I've been blessed being in the midst of very amazing and incredible women like you both. So the question, do we remember when we used to bathe in the rain?
Yeah.
When we used to do what?
Bathe in the
Bathe
rain.
in the rain.
Oh yeah. Yes, please.
So
yes.
How was your emotion? You were
girl,
excited.
it's not explain. You can't explain
you
it.
were jumping around. It was good. Yes. So to me, in this retreat, there's what we call nature bathing. Which is actually going back memory lane into the experiences you had as a child. The freedom that comes with bathing in the rain. The freedom that comes with mimicking the sounds of birds. The freedom that comes with just having your hands open and having the fresh air.
Freedom.
Gods of the internet, don't bother, don't disturb this discussion today because it is so good.
The freedom that comes with your faith. This is
Say no more, I get it. Say no more. I get it. There's so much freedom in doing that. Wow. So do you being a clergy, we'll not talk about that. Do you work with any other people who, I mean, I didn't know you were a clergy before I put this question down. I'm going to ask it. Do you work with any other, clergies during
Yeah.
this retreat? Do you?
Okay. So our team is made up of we have an emotions coach and she's a pastor as well.
Okay.
That is aside of me, and that's because she is comfortable with the word pastor out there. So yes, so we have her name is Pastor Igwe. Yes, so that's the person. And then sometimes we do get a small time where my husband is a pastor. He comes, into the retreat, and if we have that slot where people feel like they need much more to a spiritual awakening, we have this clergy come in and bless them and encourage them.
So let me ask Dr. Mercy. So through your journey, have you noticed mental health stigma in the Cameroon community as a mental health practitioner?
I think it's a lot, not only in our communities, but it is a lot.
Let's say in the African community.
In the African community, it is
Yeah.
a lot. And being in mental health for this long, it is, I want to say just 2 years now that I have really started seeing a lot of Africans embracing it. And it's never too late, but some of us embrace it when it could have been better if we had embraced that condition earlier. And some parents wait for too long until these children drop out of schools, until they start doing drugs, until before they admit that this child needed help a long time ago. They bury some of the symptoms. They do not accept. They do not even believe in mental health.
Mm.
And you'll be surprised how many people still do not believe in mental health. I have friends who felt so sorry for me that I chose the mental health field. They said, "Oh, we don't go pick that white people their team." Where, like, they really felt sorry for me. And we're even talking behind my back, like, what even they for that team? Master, Mango really come out Africa, come for Cameroon, for America, for can do this guy. So they really genuinely felt sorry for me. They felt like I had so much to give, and why pick mental health? And it is the limitation, it is a lack of education and the lack of awareness that we have. And Stella, I don't know how. I really wanted this question because I wanted to get your view on it. How do you see mental health in Cameroon, in particular, where you're based?
Is there a stigma? Yeah, what's the stigma around it?
But I just wanted to add more into mindfulness, what Stella said. I think your retreat will be very mindful, especially mindful because you're cultivating all these other aspects of the universe into it.
I love
Most of
it.
the time, people think that mindfulness is just meditating. It's not just sitting there, close your eyes and meditate. That is not all what mindfulness is about. I am more mindful when I take my little walks.
Yeah.
Sometimes when the weather permits and I have the time, I'll go for my 5,000 steps walk around the neighborhood, just walk 2,000 steps walk.
And that's when
That
she did me the longest voice message at that time. My big friend.
yes,
She's
and
walking.
I am very mindful at that time. I gain so much. When I come back and I am taking a shower from that work, it's like I'm washing away not the sweat, but all the negativity. It's out. I'm very
Absolutely.
mindful because mindfulness brings you awareness. It is a mental state achieved by focusing.
Mindfulness brings you awareness. Wow,
Yes,
love that.
yes.
Love that.
It
Love that.
gives you that mental state where you are aware of your present. And you often cultivate this through different things. Meditation will help, but it makes you
Yeah.
recognize what is happening in the present. Most of the time, our paths just lead us your past, whatever happened in the past, can just bury you again. Mindfulness is like, okay, it happened. This is the present moment. Both internal thoughts, emotions, body sensations, feel all that with your external surroundings. Be present in the moment. And not only that, accept your thoughts and feelings without trying to change them. First of all, accept them. Don't judge them as good or bad or positive and or negative or right or wrong. Accept them first without trying to change them. When you're aware of what you're thinking about, don't view the experiences as labeling them with judgments, but be intentional about, why am I thinking this way? Then when you're being very mindful of that present, you start thinking with intentionality. What is
Mm.
it supposed to mean for you? If you don't know the
Yes.
meaning for you, don't expect the other person to know the
You know the
meaning.
meaning. Yeah.
Right. So I
Yeah.
teach clients that a lot. But Stella, are you seeing a lot of, I really want to know
Yeah.
the
What is the stigmas that you're seeing around mental health in Cameroon?
Okay. Thank you for the beautiful addition, Dr. Murphy. I mean, there's beauty in being mindful and also having to understand how to thought reframe after all
mm-hmm,
that is done. Yes.
mm-hmm.
So to your question about stigma in Cameroon, well, it is there to a certain degree, but I would say there is a more awakening that is being carried out through um, I feel like in this season from 2022 to present, there has been a lot of people delving into the field of mental health awareness, wanting to get people to be aware about mental health. And I think the reception that I've had so far is great. We had a
Oh,
mental health community outreach late last year to the survivors of the Boyatown flood that happened last year. So my team and I, we had a mental health community tour in Ewunda community. And this year
wonderful.
we have had mental health tours in Bokwango village. 2 weeks ago, that is 4 weeks ago, we had in Bokwango village in partnership with the for Research Foundation, and it was funded by Grand Challenge Canada, that is the person funding the Fafa Research Foundation. Then 2 weeks ago, we had it in Tico, Mental Health Community Outreach. We had it in Tico. And this Saturday, we're going to have it another one in Limbe Municipality. So mental health awareness tour. So yeah, people are coming into the consciousness of, we
You
need
are
to
putting
have
your knowledge into practice. Thank you,
this.
Lord. Thank you, Stella. Why
Mm,
get education if you cannot practice it? Woo.
mm. We have had for so long, we have had, like she said in the beginning, so many zombies walking around in the name of people, because when you face a loss of that magnitude, you lose a child, you lose a spouse, you lose a loved one, a mother, a father, people come and tell you, Ashia, they leave you alone. They don't know what's going on in your mind. I tell you. I remember, I think I told Mercy this story. When I had that loss, I went to get gas one time at the gas station. I'm pumping
Yeah.
the gas because it was so cold, the winter time. I put the pump into the car and I sat in the car waiting for the gas to finish so I can go, to get warm while it's pumping. And then I forgot. Start the car, brum, to go. Somebody said, oh, I go, what? He said, you still have the pump. I'm like, shoot, I don't think you can die
Yes.
from stress, from what you're going through. So having a safe space where you can talk about these things and be vulnerable, it is so, so required. Let's get into the testimonials that you sent to me. They're just two videos of less than 2 minutes each. I think they're 1 minute and 30 seconds each. And because we have problems with the audio, I'll just have Stella speak over them while I share those videos. They're really, really important that we hear what people have talked about this retreat. So let me see if I can share and just see what it is. All right, if I can find my screen now. Oh, this little thing at the top here is crazy, Heidi. Oh Lord. What I did was that I had closed the WhatsApp, but before we get there, Stella, Dr. Mercy, please talk about investing in your mental health. How important is it for us to invest in our mental health? And anyway, how important is it for us to invest in our mental health is what I want you to talk about. Why I played this video. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah,
Yes,
see,
please.
I just want Stella to talk about this. So what was
Okay.
happening?
Okay. So this is
This.
Lady Ethel.
Mm-hmm.
She has attended our retreat 2 times in a row. She attended the first one, which is when we began this last year. Last year we had two retreats. We had the first one. This is the pictures of the first one. It was called dealing with anxiety and worry. And so she mentioned that when she heard this, it was like, okay, so people deal with anxiety and worry. So eventually, when she attended the event, she realized, yes, that's all of her life. Everything that has been impeding her growth was anxiety. She had serious bouts of anxiety here and there. So when she came into the retreat, she met people that were not afraid to be vulnerable.
I love that hug.
She saw
Mm.
like this is what we call hugging meditation in the retreat, where people get to hug each other, just hug it out. I just feel warmth and support. So that was the segment for hugging meditation. So she wasn't afraid to be vulnerable. And then you see them holding things. We prepared a
Mm.
toolkit for them, so much so that when they go back, they could use those toolkits to handle anxiety whenever it comes up. And then we did some coloring based mindfulness exercises. We did a guided meditation, and so she said all of these things were new to her.
Mm.
And from that time, which was in August, right up to the next one we had in November, she realized that anxiety was dissipating from her. And so this was the one we had in November, which was dealing with grief and trauma.
The one I'm going to play
Uh-huh.
now is the one you had in November.
The flyer on your images,
Mm.
this flyer was the one we had in November. So they were giving testimonial for the first retreat
Mm.
that they attended. So this
Mm-hmm.
person attended the first retreat as well. She said she had known me for a while and she knew how intentional I was with wellness. And she felt like there was no other place where she could come to share and get help. So when she saw the flyer about the retreat, she was like, okay, she should come there. And when she came, she felt like this is what she had needed. This is what she had needed. And when she went back empowered, having bottled up so many hurts from losing her dad over the years.
Mm.
When she came, that was the first time that she was able to share how deeply the loss of her father impacted her. And so she
Mm.
was inviting everybody who felt like they needed a place to heal to come and join the community where it is safe, it is healthy, and there is a lot of support available.
Mm. Mm. Mercy, talk about investing in your mental health.
Ooh, Stella,
I tell
I
you.
am so proud
This
of
is
you.
the Stella. I've been doing this show for a while. I've never been emotional on any show that I've done, but you brought me there. You took me there.
Stella, I am sincerely like, I wish I can just give you a big hug.
Yeah,
I wish I was there and say, Stella, what are we doing? What
yeah.
are we doing? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I really wish I was there.
Mm.
When when we talk about this question to invest in mental health, the reason this came up, Stella, was because I saw that your retreat, you're charging 50,000 CFA. And I am
Yeah.
thinking in Cameroon, especially when people are talking about mental health, if you have malaria, right, you have typhoid, you have whatever, you will go and buy medication and take, you go to the hospital, you spend money. But I'll see things like this, like what you're doing, Stella. People will be like, oh, even when it is free, trust me, Stella, those people who cannot pay 50,000 to come, even when it is free, trust me, they will not come. So that's why I got to this question, like, people need to invest in their mental health. By the time they leave there, Stella, they will gain more than 50,000 worth.
Hallelujah to
Of,
that.
yes, they will gain more than 100,000 worth. They will be
Hallelujah
like,
to
I
that.
needed this. You see, like from the testimonials, I wish you can let many people see those testimonials and see what mental health is about. If you do not invest in your mental health, you see how they say malaria don't chop you so they it go for your brain. or typhoid don't chop you today, you become something else. Mental health can chop you today, you die. That is just the reality of it.
Absolutely.
Without your mental health, there is no health.
There's no
Everything.
you. Yeah,
There's no you. Like
no
Stella
you.
said, you see zombies walking around. They are so incapacitated in so many ways, but they are not seeking the help.
Yeah.
Or maybe they try to seek help, they are not able to. It is very, very important. Investing in our mental health is critical. It is crucial for our quality of life, for our personal lives, for our professional successes. It is even critical for our physical health. It is vital for the way our bodies need to
Yeah.
function. It is vital in every way because some people have developed severe anxiety until even they are starting to have panic attacks, thinking that they are having heart attack. You cannot function if your mental health is not stable. And some people will ask themselves, like, I've always been stable. Maybe if you
That's
invest a little
denial.
that yeah, maybe if you invest a little time in your mental health, that you think you're stable, you're successful, you may just bloom and flourish. And it doesn't mean you're taking medication. It doesn't mean you're going for therapy. It means you're accepting that I am not all perfect.
Yeah.
Good mental health, when you invest in it, it contributes to a sense of happiness and satisfaction, not contentment, but satisfaction with your life, because it enables you to enjoy daily activities from healthy relationships to how to cope with stress. It helps with your physical health significantly because poor mental health can lead in physical ailments. Yeah,
Yeah,
it can
I
it
wish
can
I
lead
had
to
something
infertility.
like what Stella has, because when I went through a loss, I went to talk to my pastor's wife. I remember we had like 3 sessions talking with her, but I don't think that she got me because she doesn't have the lived experience. I don't think that she
Yeah.
got me. So that's why, Stella, I'm getting a little emotional because I feel like I needed that presence of what you had that would make me feel a lot better because shared experience is nothing. Like Mercy said, experience is the best teacher. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's the reason why some of our grandfathers were leaders in the community because they had experience. They
Mm-hmm.
did not go to any school. So
Mm-hmm.
what I gather from what Dr. Messi is saying is that mental health should be an ongoing journey. The
It is.
retreat is not a one-time fix everything. It's a
Mm-mm.
progression that we have to. So how often do you organize this? Once a year, twice a year?
Okay. So I said we began last year. We had two of those events
Yes, you talked
last
about in
year.
the
That
testimonials, you had two different sessions.
and there were one day each. So
Okay.
this year I felt like okay,
This year is
and there
three
was so much I
days.
couldn't
This
there
year
was
is
so
Yeah.
much I
3 days.
couldn't do in the so I we decided to when we went back to the drawing board with my team, we were like, why not have people stay over? Why not have people stay over?
Ah,
So we make it a once a year event, but people have to stay over. And that is why we did it, 2 days, having people stay over. So even in the night, we can have activities.
I love
You
it.
can
Yeah.
So
you can
I
have the time
basically,
as mindfulness.
I know, I know. You saw how the
Yeah.
ladies, she said, come in, come the way you are. People was
Yeah.
dressed however they wanted to dress, like,
Yeah.
But are there males that attend? Because I mostly saw females in the testimonials.
Yeah, there are males that attend because you said you wanted 2 videos,
Mhm.
so I couldn't send the other testimonials yet, but we've had males attend. In
Yeah,
general, we have worked with for this retreat, wellness retreat, we have had a total of 40 participants so far.
that's
I want
awesome.
to ask you a question, Stella. Do people argue about the cost?
Well, argue. I wouldn't say argue. Yeah, argue in some way. Yeah, some may say, oh, they wanted to really attend this, but they are not financially viable. And there are really people that are not that really want to attend, but because of your financial situation, they really cannot um attend at the moment. So that was the
Right.
reason why we reached out to some people who would, we wanted them to sponsor a few people that we felt needed this, but financially they were not viable. But we haven't really had, that much of a positive response as of yet.
Oh, that's good because people forget that you have to put things together. Maybe you even go and rent a hall. Maybe you even get some resources, people forget that this money doesn't even get into your pocket.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Mm.
Yeah,
The
because
power
I
of
know with our community, we question whenever
yeah.
we question a lot. People forget that they will come there and they will drink water. Maybe the resources that you
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
yeah, maybe the resources that you're giving them, you did not get them for free. People forget the
Yeah.
time that you left your own work to put into this time. But I know that they will get more than a price tag for what they pay. I know that for sure.
Thank you, Dr.
Wow.
Mercy.
Stella. You say in the long run, these retreats ended up transforming my life and showing me my bliss, my power to evolve, my resilience, and my adaptability. And it shows in the way you speak about it. It shows in the way you talk about it. It shows in your choice of words about this. So we'll be heading on to talk about the African proverb before we depart. Any other thing you want to say about the retreat and the responses and any appeals you have, Stella, for those who will be attending or those who are still thinking about attending?
Well, I think I've said a whole lot, and I think I have much to say at present. But what I do know is there is power in investing in yourself, just like what Dr. Mercy said. There is power when our minds are in the right way, when our minds are healthy, when our emotions are healthy. Every other thing falls in place. We can make right decisions. We can recognize our potentials. And so, in this retreat, if you attend this retreat, or you have someone that you feel like would need this experience, feel free to sponsor these people. Let them come. Let us journey into wellness. Let us journey into them finding their bliss and journey into them having the knowledge that they should keep unveiling their uniqueness because it is within them that bliss is found.
It is within you that bliss is found. I love that, Cameroon is being opened to things like this. And it pleases me so much because this is something that I have been, studying on my own. So when I saw your post, I was like, this is something I have to explore and talk to this lady about. So it's such a good thing. My big friend, any other thing you want to say before we head to African Proverbs?
I just want to continue applauding Stella for what she's doing. And I know that you've also found healing in teaching.
Stella, you're sideways. I don't know what's happening to your phone. If you want to turn it around, you have to swap it. Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah. I know that in teaching you've found healing. And I think that I'm speaking for me as well. In teaching, sometimes you find some spots of you that you did not even know existed. So just keep doing what you're doing. And like Baby said, mental health is a journey. From your testimonials, you see how people leave what you did and took it with them and continued the journey. And the biggest thing that I am also seeing in these your retreats is that when they come there, then they realize that they are not alone. They are not alone. So whatever they may have been going through, thinking they are alone, they are not alone. Retreats like this exposes you to a lot of things that you don't go to hospital, you see person they sick, you're like, wow.
You say, "Child, my own better, I go work." But again, the difference is that you don't embrace those people. But in this retreat, when you see the worst people, you're like, okay, let's all share the pain and heal together. Yeah, that is so beautiful, Stella. I really want to say thank you.
That's true.
For coming to talk to me, Africa. I am proud to say that you are a graduate from the best department at the University of Buea, Journalism Department. Your communication is flawless. Your choice of word is so intentional. I wish you the best at this retreat. We're going to piggyback from this when my big friend and I organize one for her organization, All Mercy Psychiatry and Integrative Care. And we will tell you that, Stella, thank you for teaching us that we can also go this route on this. So thank you for inspiring us as well. Thank you. So what's your African proverb that you brought, Stella?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have been here with you. I mean, I've been learning, seeing your smile, seeing how, vulnerable and
she has the best smile. My big friend has the best smile.
Yeah. sometimes we hear that, oh, women do not support women. We hear that often. But seeing you both, this is a testimony of teamwork, of sisterhood. And I think this is what we should emulate. Friendships are beautiful. The right friendships
Beautiful.
are beautiful.
Beautiful.
Now let's hear your African proverb if you have one.
Okay, so there's this African proverb that, oh, I love so much. It says, one hand cannot tie a bundle.
Yeah.
One hand cannot tie a bundle. So you need two hands or more to be able to tie a bundle.
I need my big friend all the time to be able to tie my bundle.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
A big friend. I didn't have to remind you, you know the drill. What's your African proverb?
I
don't think you can ever top the one you gave me last time. Your proverb last time was the best. So please.
I was looking for one concerning mental health.
I
was looking for one concerning mental health, and I even had to think about something a long time ago. They say not the only thing how you feel am. Not feel am too much. Look for the place where you fall. Like you fell and hurt yourself, and the pain is there. Not feel that pain too much. Look that place where you fall. So do not dwell on what happened to you. Do not dwell on the mistake. Do not dwell on the mistake. Look at what caused that mistake.
Oh, wow.
Not feel them too much. Like, yeah, it's hard. Not feel them too much. Look for a place where you fall.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what this mental health retreat is doing. You
yeah.
know, you've had a loss. You've had something bad. You just sit down, you're crying. Look at what caused it and how we can fix this feeling.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you pass there again, you don't slip and fall again.
Yeah.
You learn from that mistake, yes.
Oh, I love it.
I was trying to look for one that resonates with mental health.
That did resonate very well. Well, Stella, my sister's name is Stella, beautiful melanin sister. Thank you so much. I just want to acknowledge Facebook. Ruth Lange says Dr. Mercy day for trouble every time she comes on the show because she has to come with a new African proverb. Yes, I am the only host who give my guests an assignment. So if you're coming to talk to me Africa, you better bring your African proverb. So thank you, Dr. Ruth. Dr. Ruth Lange is also a great warrior. So thank you, Stella. Thank you so much. We'll keep in touch, and I want to hear more about your retreat.
Dr. Ruth, this is my pleasure. This is my safe space.
All right, you ladies have a wonderful Sunday.
Bye-bye. Nice to meet you, Stella.
Okay, have a wonderful Sunday too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Mercy.
Yeah, she's gone.